Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Wednesday morning. Well, we have two different stories. Liz Jones has decided to do another article on Meghan and her outfits. And of course, it's been 5 years since the infamous African interview where nobody asked if I'm okay. So we're going to be covering those two things today. You're not going to want to miss this. Let's jump in and cover, shall we? Let's go. We're starting off with Liz Jones again. Remember, she was the one who decided after Meghan wore that red dress to the Children's Hospital Gala that she realized Meghan had gone from Duchess to D-list. Well, she's at it again, discussing and dissecting other outfits Meghan has worn. And she starts off by looking at the outfits that Meghan wore in the early days, how she very carefully chose her outfits and, when she was with the firm. So let's just look at what she has to say, shall we? Let's go. First one, this is what Meghan wore when she first got engaged, and she calls this the innocent newcomer look, that Meghan was very carefully choosing her clothes at this time, and she wore white to signify purity and innocence because she was giving a message to the British public who she wanted to approve of her. Outfit number 2 was the first time she had been invited to Balmoral with the family, and she was very keen at that point to fit in. And so everything was brown. It was very warm. And she was, trying to steal looks at other members of the family for guidance. And she was trying to look like this innocent, person. All right. Outfit number 3, she pointed out, is her second wedding dress, the one she wore to the reception. And she said that Meghan in this dress looks serene, the relief, she finally made it. Even with all the kerfuffle about what was going on with her father and is not attending, her confidence seemed super high, and she was very brave in the choice of this dress. I deserve this. Dress number 4 is called Relaxed Perfection. Nothing screams, look at me. Her hair is up. The dress is just the right length. Meghan looks assured. Harry's looking out to her, pointing at things that she should look at. She isn't clinging on to him for dear life, and this is the last time they say you'll see this. This next dress, she says, is her first fashion misstep because she wore it as she was pleading for sympathy, speaking about the difficulties of her privileged life, while just a few feet away, African children were very much in need. They're saying that this dress was, remember, I'm a mom and the scrutiny is hard. This next dress is called the Ill-Judged Mini because she is not Twiggy. She's now in the look at me, I'm a star phase. And they said this outfit silhouettes her body as boxy and does very little for her. And she got attention, but for the wrong reasons. The next outfit she called a mismatch for a good cause. So essentially, there's nothing, she says, like a crumpled suit while walking in front of injured hero servicemen and women to tell you it's game over. Where has the goodness in Stella McCartney gone? Because this can't be the same person. My goodness. All right, this next outfit she calls pajama time because basically she's wearing satin pajamas. They're saying, she wanted to appear laid back yet sincere at what should have been a thoughtful occasion. And she says instead, she just looks sloppy. Finally, we get to this dress and she calls Red Alert. She goes, Meghan is like a cornered cat out in the rain showing her claws. This dress is not a revenge dress. It clearly says, not just my hair is a mess, but my life is too. Well, I have to admit, I don't like this dress at all. I did like the color on her, just not the dress. Listen, I have to say, I think Meghan's major problem is that she doesn't know how to dress for her body type. She likes to get outfits and wear them as if she's 6 foot tall instead of 5'4". And because she has such a short, boxy shape, she should be wearing a certain kind of clothing, and she's not. All right, let's move on to our second story. Now, I'm going to correct this narrative right off the bat. As you can see, the title says that this happened less than 3 months before they were effectively cast out. They were not cast out. It's almost like the Daily Mail is trying to rewrite history, like what the heck? So the article goes on to say that Tom Bradby, who, by the way, is a good friend of Harry's and who was at the wedding, they were going to get a sympathetic ear from him. And so the resulting program, which was Harry and Meghan, An African Journey, would show them to be, and I'm, quoting, conscientious and warm-hearted royals, and it would boost their profiles. And instead, the film, which was broadcast 5 years ago, as of October 19th, ended up hurting them. Now, I don't understand why the Daily Mail wrote this the way they did. What they said is, and I'm quoting, less than 3 months later, the couple were effectively cast out of the firm, stripped of their HRH titles, removed from royal duties when they said they wanted to step back. I mean, really? That's not what happened. I have done numerous videos where it has been proven that they were in talks with a streaming service, Quibi, which, by the way, is now out of business. They were in talks with Quibi to try to do streaming work before they even announced that they wanted to step back. In the film, though, that they put out, it showed Harry and Meghan with Archie, and they went to Malawi and Botswana and Angola, and it showed Harry walking through a fake minefield that had been set up to look like one that his mother walked through, and it showed, the humanitarian issues in the region, and showed Meghan meeting with young women in Township, which is apparently the so-called murder capital of South Africa. Remember, this is when the supposed fire that wasn't actually a fire happened. But as the film went on, it was less and less on the work of the charities and the plight of Africa's poor and more on Harry and Meghan. They forgot the main rule, the article says, about being a royal, and their duty is to reveal nothing about themselves and focus the attention on whatever it is they've traveled to see. And then, of course, we got the shot of Harry by the campfire and Meghan going, nobody's asked me if I'm okay. She wasn't complaining about bearing witness to all this tragedy that she saw in Africa, but instead how the people in the media were being mean to her while she's standing in one of the poorest areas of Africa where they had, rolled out the red carpet for her. In case you guys are unaware, this was a 10-day tour, and the royals spent £245,643 on flights and a private jet and their entourage. The tour was going really well, and there was favorable press coverage. But then on the last day of the tour, Harry and Meghan issued that lengthy statement on their website where they whined about the press treatment. And so any lingering goodwill from the tour immediately evaporated. And then a few weeks later, the African Journey ITV thing was, released, and viewers were united in disbelief at Harry and Meghan's self-absorption in the face of real pain and suffering that was going on in Africa. Here's the next part of the article that really caught my attention. It says, and I'm quoting, after their TV documentary airing the family's dirty laundry, the late Queen's decision to cast them out rather than grant their wish to become part-time royals seemed more understandable. What? Let me tell you, I think the Queen was absolutely correct. You're either in or you're out. But you don't get the perks, the money, the security, the clothes, and go around monetizing the monarchy, which is what Harry and Meghan wanted to do. Well, let me tell you, I think Harry really threw Tom Bradby to the wolves because Harry felt that Mr. Bradby very sensitively handled all of their complaints. And that's why he chose him to do the interview. But look what happened. He sat down with Tom Bradby after the Oprah show, denied that he said all of that stuff in the Oprah show, and made Tom Bradby look like an idiot in that interview. He really did. I have to tell you, I've never seen two people. They're multimillionaires. They have a huge mansion in California. Now they have a vacation home in Portugal. The best of everything. And all they do is complain and whine. It's old. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like and the subscribe button. Go down into the description box where you'll find the link after you leave your comment. You'll find the link to video number 2. Hit the button, follow me over. Let's go.